Here comes Mr. Wallace sporting his Valley City Vikings. I don't think it's the Minnesota Vikings. It's the Valley City State Vikings. He is wearing a neckerchief that pulls up to make a beautiful mask. And when Mr. Walla wants someone to see his face or he's practicing appropriate social distancing, he merely pulls down his Vikings and he's ready to go. Here comes Lois sporting her classic black and white mask with a small breathing spot for air. Lois's black and white is trimmed in a lovely black color, ties behind her ears, and when she wants someone to see her expression, she can simply undo the elastic around the ears, smile at a student, and drive her bus. Scott is sporting a lovely skull and crossbones. His skull and crossbones nicely wraps around his neck and also matches his shirt. Scott's skull and crossbones can also be pulled down so we can see his lovely expression. He can sing, auction or show us his beard. Thank you so much, Scott, for sharing your skull and crossbones with us. Mr. Frost and Mr. Kimes, as you can see, are twins today. They're twinning with their lovely Minnesota Twins masks in that lovely red, white, and blue, which, by the way, is also Spartan school colors. Mr. Frost and Mr. Kimes can also take the elastic off their mask when they're practicing social distancing, and then get those masks back on if they want to talk to a student or if they're too close. Sarah is sporting her clear mouth mask. Teacher Sarah is someone who we can see her expression, we can read her lips, but she's still being safe and practicing appropriate health guidelines. Teacher Sarah can smile, she can frown, she can be sad, she can be happy, and we can all see what she's doing while she's wearing her mask. Thanks for sharing, Teacher Sarah. Mrs. Zeski is sporting her Bison Proud mask. As you can see, it is a lovely green, gold, and white, also reminiscent of Hope Hustler colors. Mrs. Zeski's North Dakota Bison mask will also come down and we can look at her beautiful smile when she's practicing appropriate social distancing. Thanks for sharing, Mrs. Zeski. Mrs. Renard is sporting her multicolored mask with a lovely pink flower, almost a tie-dye motif, very artistic. Mrs. Renard's mask goes nicely over her nose and down below her chin and wraps gently around her ears. Mrs. Renard, thank you so much for sharing your mask with us. Mrs. Francis is wearing a long, double-layer silk scarf mask with lovely pink flowers and a blue background. If you look at Mrs. Francis's mask, she can pull it down, pull it back up around her ears, and it nicely covers anything from her nose all the way down. Thank you for sharing your mask, Mrs. Francis. Mrs. Motter comes sporting her Skol Vikings mask. We kind of wonder if we should allow Vikings masks at school because Broncos masks are so much cooler. However, we will allow Mrs. Motter to enjoy her Viking pride with her school colors, and if you notice, the K is actually in the shape of the state of Minnesota. Thank you for teaching us not only geography, but also sportsmanship. Mrs. Motter, thanks for sharing your mask. Here comes Charlie. He's sporting a lovely Minecraft mask. His mask also matches his outfit. Charlie is our IT coordinator who's going to be great at helping you with both Minecraft and social distancing. Thanks for sharing, Charlie. Here comes Nicole sporting a batik patterned mask in fall colors. She is ready for the leaves to turn, for fall to come, and for school to start. Thank you, Nicole, for sharing that lovely batik mask. Next we have Allie. Allie is sporting a white mask with gray stars. She is sporting her mask and it's out of this world. Allie, thank you for sharing your mask with us. If you can't tell, here comes Mrs. Zerfus. You might not be able to see her because she's sporting a camel mask. That's right, she's camouflaged. You can't even see what she's doing, but she's still following appropriate health guidelines. Thanks, Mrs. Zerfus. Mr. Fontaine is sporting a Spartan football gaiter in a lovely white color. He's also wearing his Spartan hat So he's showing off all of his Spartan pride. Mr. Fontaine, what happens when you want to take that gator down?
It's really easy.
Look at
Boom.
that. Mr. Fontaine can take the gator down, and when it's time to play or tackle somebody, he puts it back up.
All right.
Thanks for sharing your mask, Mr. Fontaine.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mrs. Campbell is sporting a lovely embroidered mask, which comes from Mexico. That's right, in every country we can be safe and follow our social distancing. Thank you, Mrs. Campbell. And what would life be without that simple black mask, just like the little black dress that matches everything and can be worn daily. You see Ms. Wendt and Mrs. Juliuson sporting their beautiful little black masks. Thanks for sharing. Here comes Miss Updahl. She's sporting her Millie mask. Her Millie mask has a picture of her lovely little puppy Millie taken during the Spartan parade. Her Millie mask is one terrific mask. Thanks, Miss Updahl, for sharing your mask. Here comes Miss Feist wearing a lovely powder blue disposable mask. These masks will be available just in case you forgot yours, or if you need one for a class and you don't have yours with you. Make sure that you come to the office and ask, and just say, if you ask, we'll give you a mask. Thank you, Miss Feist, for sharing your mask with us today.